behind the scenes with future country rock blues kings and queens. Discover them first with Palm Mash TV. Palm Mash TV.
Well, hello everybody, it's Paul Mass TV time again. We're glad that you could join us again for another episode. And we got a great interview coming up for you in just a moment or two. But before we get into that, as always, don't forget to subscribe here and click the bell, and that'll let you know when we have a new interview ready for you. So we hope you do that. And be sure to check out our comment section. Leave us a comment. We'd love to hear from you there. And if you're on Facebook, go to facebook.com/PaulMashTV. And it'll have all our interviews there, and you're welcome to like the page, inbox us, comment most things you see there, and send us an email at paulmashtv, all one word, at gmail.com. And you can use that if you're a band or solo artist that wants to be on the show, but also if you're a fan, use that same email address. We'll love to hear from you there too. And all this is going to be recapped at the closing credits at the end of the show, so stay tuned for that. In just a moment, we're going to have Bigg Feva. He's from Las Vegas, Nevada, and he's a great artist, and I think you'll agree when the song comes after the interview. But first, let's get to a quick word with Click Jam. So don't go away. We'll be right back.
We got history, got me feeling the nostalgia when you look at me, thinking about what could.
Okay, everybody, here's our interview portion of the show, and with us from Las Vegas, Nevada, we have Bigg Feva. Thanks for joining us, Bigg Feva.
Thank you for having me, Mr. Paul.
Yeah, no problem. We're glad to have you here today. Well, tell everybody how it began for you as far as being an artist. Everyone has their own story. I'm sure you have your own story.
Well, for me, it started in my mom's living room in front of the stereo, So for me, it started in my mom's living room in front of the stereo, just listening to old soul music, Motown and stuff like that, Stevie Wonder when I was a little kid. My mom, she listened to old artists. So I grew up listening to that era of music. So yeah, that's where it started for me. And then of course, I took a journey. I grew up dancing and singing for some of my family during parties and stuff like that. The little kid that would sing happy birthday to the grandmother because I could sing a little bit. So I started off as a singer. And I started writing songs actually real young as well. So yeah. That's where it started for me. It started in the home. It started in the home. An interest in the home.
So I guess it just grew there, and you became the artist that you are today, I guess, huh?
Yeah, and I'm still growing and still learning. Still growing.
What are some of the artists that you grew up with that influenced you in your songwriting and music abilities?
You know what? Believe it or not, and I tell people, man, my influence comes from every genre of music.
Mm-hmm.
Like Cyndi Lauper, time after time. Records like that, timeless records. So, and then I like Roddy Ricch. I like Snoop Dogg.
Mm-hmm.
I like Kendrick. I like Kendrick Lamar. Snoop Dogg is one of my favorite artists. I like Fantasia. Man, she's a great singer. I like Black Thompson. I'm a real big fan of Black Thompson. So I'm lucky to be able to work with him as well. But, yeah, so for me, I like Patsy Cline. Believe it or not, it's one of my favorite artists. I like Randy Travis. I like old, so for me, my stepdad, my dad, Vander Pleasant, he was a country singer.
Oh.
Yeah, so he sung country music, um, um, so and he black guy singing country music back then, and in the '70s, mid late '70s, mid '70s, it didn't, you know what I mean? It was like, huh? So so I kind of grew up around music, and then I played instrument when I was in high school. Then when I went to Las Vegas when I was young, I got my first professional experience of the studio with Jam Time Production with Richard T in Las Vegas, Nevada, and then went back to California and went on and worked with Dale Atkins, we were working with people like Patrice Rushen and Ndugu Chandler and Phil Upchurch and Sidney Poitier. I mean, Howard Hewlett, um, just around a lot of like David Longoria, who worked with Celine Dion,
Hmm.
and he also worked with Sting.
Hmm.
Um, so it just for me, I ran with a lot of jazz musicians because I was signed to Excite Records, and Dale Atkins, who owned Excite, he and his brother Chuck Atkins. Dale Atkins was a bassist, so he played the upright, the electric, acoustic bass. He played every bass, and he was really good. He was professional. He was in the music union. Anytime you're in the music union, so I got introduced. I used to write for Dolomite, Rudy Ray Moore. I don't know if you know who that is, but he
Hmm.
I used to write for him, and I got a chance to work with Lebo Meraki from South Africa, who arranged and wrote vocals on the Lion King soundtrack for Walt Disney. So I worked with him, and um, I got a chance to perform on the Lou Ross Parade of Stars. I don't know if you remember that, but it was a show. It was kind of like a telethon, and they used to raise money, excuse me, for black colleges. And so I got a chance to perform on that with Lebo Meraki. So, Barbara Marson, I've been around her, and she's an old soul singer that was incredible singer. Um, um, and so, just I've been around Rick James, just hanging out while he telling jokes and being in the studio. You know, you know, it's for me. It's been an experience. I mean, man, I've been around some great musicians, some great singers. It's been amazing. I got a chance to write on Showtime, HBO's 30-minute shorts. Got a chance to work under Bob Martis, who's a director, and he played in a lot of movies like Five Heartbeats and Cat in the Hat. He just did so many great movies. So for me, man, it's I've been doing it a long time, and it's been a journey. I'm telling you,
Hmm.
So yeah,
Yeah, those
try to.
some of those artists are pretty good. They're legends, as we were talking before the interview there. And Snoop Dogg is obviously a legend, and obviously Patsy
Yeah,
Cline, all those. So I can see how you got your influences from on your songs. Um,
yeah.
well, tell everybody exactly where we can find your music at. I mean, I'm sure it's on all streaming platforms, but you could volunteer physical copies if you have any of those as well.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I had my last album. We had physical copies over at CD Baby, and the name of that album was entitled "Lyrics and Life," and so that it sold out. So, and we didn't go back, and I think I got one copy left. It's in my it's in my man cave. But and then I had an album before that called "Don't Go Down Without a Fight" that we released under Primary Entertainment. And so, but now everything is digital and download. So we really been doing that. So if you can go to Spotify and Biggfeva, you can go, iTunes, Apple Music, and put in Big Fever. And so now I got this record called "Make Me Feel Like." Um, Shouts out to DJ JB Smooth and DJ Spin and DJ Jackpot, DJ uh, Dr. Funk, Juice. These guys has really DJ Benzo, Pi Radiate, a lot of radio stations has really been picking this new single up. So I wrote this single called "Make Me Feel Like." Now I'm gonna tell you real quick. I'm gonna tell you this. This is this this is the crazy part. I stopped music and got away from it for about 12, 13 years
Mm.
because I wanted to help my son develop in football and go to college and get a scholarship. And so I stepped away and I started coaching him and working with him and training with him, you know, and just teaching him how to even tie up his cleat when he was just a little boy and put on his uniform and helping him just there by what. So I stopped just there by his side and just stopped for about 12, 13 years. And I got back, I came back in the music industry and my first single was "Make Me Feel Like," and it just shot through the roof. The video is at 63,000 views right now. And I didn't have that many followers. I still don't. But everybody just liked the music and they just been sharing it and sharing it and sharing it. And I'm so happy and excited and honored that so many different radio stations are picking it up, you know. And it's a different kind of record because it's a record that catered to beautiful black women. And we looking at these women as queens and we calling them what they truly are, black queens. And so, and that's where I was with this record. So, and so, yeah, shout out to all the beautiful black queens and the single mothers and everything out there. So, yeah, so "Make Me Feel Like" is the record we're really pushing. You know, it's getting a good response. Violet Brown, I don't know if you know who Violet Brown is. She's a
Mm-hmm.
legend. She likes the record. Um, Even Teddy Riley said he had to listen to it twice. And he's number one hit. He been making hits all his life. I think he was born making hits. But um, no,
Okay. Yeah, and as a matter of fact, that's the video we're going to be playing in just a moment. That made me feel like, and it features that guy you were just talking about
yeah.
earlier, that Black Thompson, and that must have been
Oh yeah. Oh my God. Oh my
when
God.
you said you got away from music for a while. Was that related to the story of why you created "Made Me Feel Like," or is there like another story behind that song? Or?
Well, really, when you listen to the record, the music sounds just without lyrics. It puts you in the mind frame, in the frame of mind of happiness, beauty, um,
Mm-hmm.
and so it was just a direct. When Black Thompson produced the track and sent it to me, he had a track on there. I mean, he had a vocal on there already, and it was a really good hook, that he had wrote to his track that he produced. And so, but I didn't want to talk about that, even though it was great. So I wanted to talk about something else. So I told him to resend me the track with just the music. And then that's when I wrote um the "You Make Me Feel Like." But excuse me. So after that, it's one of those things where when you listen to that music with no lyrics, it puts you in the frame of mind of a beautiful woman. Like, it's, I mean, so, and I'm gonna be honest with you, I didn't even know it was a hit record, you know, and it still hasn't did everything it's gonna do. I mean, the more people we introduce to the record, obviously, is a better situation for the record. But yeah, at this point, we just keep pushing we're just gonna keep pushing the record. But yeah, like I said, it's just one of those records. The music just puts you in a frame of mind of love and happiness. So, like I said, I didn't know it was a hit. My wife told me it was a hit. I was actually dragging my feet on writing the record, and so she come home every day and say, "Hey, finish." come in my office and say, "Hey, finish writing the record. That's a great song." And she was right. She was so right. Everybody loved that record. Like everybody, they either like it or, in the words of DJ JB Smooth, they either like it or not.
Mhm. Okay, and we'll watch that video in just a moment, and make sure everybody goes out there into those streaming sites and downloads Big Feva's music. I know he'd love you for that. And
Absolutely.
I guess that's about all the time we have for right now. But we thank you for coming on. We'd love to have you back sometime.
I love to come back, Paul, man. You're amazing, God. I love your show. Great sense of humor. I love your show, man. Good job, man. Keep up the good work, man.
Okay, and let's watch that video right now. Make me feel like right here on Paul Mesh TV. So don't go away. We're gonna be right back.
Hey, she can do that. Cause she did it. Yep.
Wait a minute, I truthfully admit it. Never thought I'd see the time of my life when I'm committed. Big fee ball to the game, I run the city. Bad women tossing my name like a frisbee. I ain't got time for the hate, I move quick. Money bag like deep in the safe, I drop bricks. Make a woman buck when being, I'm never average. That she go telling her friends cause I'm a savage. Big fee falling in love, y'all can have it. Now I'm talking family and marriage for 30 carats. It's nothing like finding a woman that you can cherish. Sexy mama truly deserved to live life. Black queen, truly amazed, what can I say? Now you catch me boarding the plane with an upgrade. 400 grand when we land in France. She gon' shop till she drop when I'm waving that fast.
It made me feel like chop 100 grand a month on your fashion. It made me feel like giving you the access code to my mansion. It made me feel like you're my queen, I'm your king. It made me feel like buying that big fat diamond, buying that ring.
Your measures, your treasures. 38, 36 has been a pleasure. 26 in the waist mean hold on forever. BTW, I just wanna cuddle you. You the dream team, so I don't need to hug you. Call me every second, you can never be a bugaboo. Sexy in my Rolls Royce, keep a ninja loving you. I just wanna stack it when a ninja walking next to you. I know your worth, I felt your hurt. The mother thoughts come last and you come first. Can't wait to show you off in the family church with the extravagant hat and the matching skirt. St. Laurent boots with the Moai purse. Classy and foreverness, sexy on the highs list. Hotter than a bowl of grits sitting on my honor list. I just wanna let you know the decision was unanimous.
It made me feel like chop 100 grand a month on your fashion. It made me feel like giving you the access code to my mansion. It made me feel like you're my queen and I'm your king. You're my queen. It made me feel like buying that big fat diamond ring. Yeah. Oh yeah, baby. I'll buy you everything. Oh yeah.